No matter where I look, it's everywhere. I look left, it's there. I looked right, it's there. It's just wherever I go, I see it. This video is about something diabolical that is running around right now. I'm not even sure how this is going to look edited because it's just going to be random ass anime clips that are going to be all over it, but let's talk about a problem that is plaguing society right now. And I finally get to talk about it after all this time because it finally relates to anime. So if you didn't know, multi-billion-dollar company Amazon, the one that ships everything and has one of the richest people in the world running its companies, said, fuck it. I know these shows like Vinland Saga and Banana Fish and No Game and No Life have dubs, but let's do the smart option of making the dubs AI. You heard me right. AI dubs. It sounds ridiculous, but it's true. While they fixed this mistakes, they really thought it was a great idea to make a show like Vinland Saga and Banana Fish and No Game No Life, and I'm sure there's more, but these shows have dubs. Actual fucking dubs. So please, stop being lazy and just pay for the license for the dubs where you can stream them in their actual dub. Like the AI dubs sounds just as bad as you think it would. It sounds so lifeless.
This way!
Don't let
Come
him
on!
escape! After him! I read all your moves! I saw right through you!
There's actually nothing good about this at all. It's horrible, it's bad, it's awful. Whatever synonym you want to throw in there, you can throw in there. Like, I thought it would at least sound like something that wasn't ass. But no, it was fucking awful. And thank God it was awful. And thankfully, it's getting insane backlash because holy shit, this is actual fucking garbage. Like, as crazy as it sounds, I would rather watch some shitty Gooner Slop English dub than ever hear this AI shit in my ears again. This just shows how far this is away from taking real people's voices in shows because of how lifeless, how soulless it sounds. Literally, I don't even think I could replicate the AI sound if I tried.
Skipper! No, please! No, Skipper!
Skipper? No, please! No, Skipper! Please, down in the comment section below, tell me which one you think was, AI. And we'll do a drum roll. Drum roll, please. Exactly, the one with my voice was not AI. It was probably so hard to tell. See, like, even me trying to recreate the garbage, I can't even recreate the garbage! What the fuck is that? The AI dub is just poor. It's really, really poor, but it's also scary because this means they're at least thinking about eventually doing this, which is like, why? It sounded that bad, and you really have the thought of still doing this because genuinely, what are you thinking? There is a real person who thought AI voice acting would be smart, by the way. He literally walked into the Amazon offices and said, oh, I guess we can't really get the licenses for the actual dub, so why don't we just AI the dub? And everybody started fucking clapping, give him a round of applause, head, whatever the hell he wanted, I guess. Just think of how many amazing scenes we have in English that would just not exist now because it would be AI'd now. Robin's I Want to Live sounds fucking amazing in English. Genuinely brings me to tears every time. And it would sound so dead, so soulless, so everything if it was AI. And it makes it worse is the main companies that play a part in owning the rights didn't even know. Katakawa, who has the rights to a lot of these works, were unaware. And Sentai Filmworks, who is massive in helping getting dubs out, had no idea about this either. And I'm not a lawyer, but doesn't this cross some sort of line? Who the fuck greenlit this idea? And this is more than just a problem in the anime community. This shit exists in one of the most creative spheres of life. It is all over art, and that is a massive problem. People are making tons of AI art and passing it off as their own. Like they did something more than just type a few things on the keyboard to make this thing. It steals from plenty of artists, and then it blends it all together to make something that looks like a picture. And then there are some people who have patrons to be like, hey, get behind my paywall to view this AI. Like, why are you locking it when anybody could make it? It's just like the voice acting stuff. It's so lifeless, devoid of soul, and lacking any sort of creativity. There are plenty of great artists that you can find somewhere just trying their hardest to make it, and they're getting overshadowed by a page who just pushes out AI slop constantly. And since it's only a few taps on your keyboard, they're able to put out it at an insane pace. Like, you could upload 10 pictures in the time it takes for one artist to draw 2. It's insane, and so many people are for AI in art, and I'm like, sure, let's turn everything into AI, and we'll see how much it can advance when it ain't copying everything it uses for its own fucking gain. And another problem is also how most articles we consume are written by AI, and it's not a small number either. It's over 50%. That means almost everything you have read is either potentially AI sourced or even written by AI itself. This is a place where AI can actually be useful, have it summarize some things for you to help you write an article, but to straight up rip off what the AI says is nuts. The number has just skyrocketed since the invention of ChatGPT, which can be useful, but to go word for word, bar for bar with what it is saying is crazy. Like, as far as I know, they are hiring these journalists to research and produce articles, whether they are for useful information like who is the best Chainsaw Man girl, or useless shit like what is math useful for. Like seriously, that could never ever be useful, right? Topics for anything you write about should be researched and proven why you've come to this conclusion, but no, AI is just gonna go with the popular answer, and that is Reze because she is goated, and let's be real, that's all the explanation you ever need. But seriously, AI will take from all over the internet to come to that opinion because it's talked about the most. Like ChatGPT be giving fan bases false ass hope. Because last year I remember clear as day, they asked it, who do you think is going to the Super Bowl? And it said Chiefs and Panthers, and I just sighed. Because it's so obvious how it came to this conclusion. It literally just took the past Super Bowl winners, which were the Chiefs, and took the worst team in the NFL that previous year, which was my GOATs, and they combined them, and they wiped their hands and said, job is fucking done. Like there's no thought process behind it at all. It just took one side of the spectrum and the other side of the spectrum and smashed them together to make the prediction of the outcome of Super Bowl 59, which obviously they got one side right because you know it's the Dynasty Chiefs, and the only thing they got right about the Panthers is that Bryce Young is that guy, and nobody can tell me otherwise. If you want to tell me otherwise, you were fucking wrong, and this is my GOAT, this is my God, this is one moment. But it just shows how wrong this AI shit can be. Obviously it's a prediction, nobody's ever gonna get those right most of the time, but it's like, damn, at least try to be a little more realistic. Like I'm delusional, but holy, I'm not that delusional, especially after the year we came off. It's just one example of how skewed it can be. I mean, for this video, I looked up the ending of One Piece just to see what exactly its thoughts were on the matter, and it copied YouTubers' videos ideas about it. Like I've heard all these ideas from multiple YouTubers about the ending, and it goes word for word, and I'm like, man, they just stole it all. Like damn, at least give a link to one of the videos. Do not get me wrong, I know AI can be a useful tool, it can even be a funny tool. I saw a tweet yesterday about Megami from JJK, and if you don't know the meme, in simple terms, all he really does in this story is not shit at all and call for Maharaja, but all they did was put the Sora AI tag over the scene where he does his domain expansion, and it's funny because this is an actual scene he does. This shit ain't even AI. Even as funny as AI can be in slandering some characters, the best thing to ever come out of the Bakugo versus Reze debates wasn't even the AI, but the actual art people made for it. You just saw how much more hilarious it was because people were making insane art. It was great. I don't think it would have even been as funny if it was all AI content out there. And there was AI content out there, and it was not as fucking funny as the drawn ones and the hand animated ones that were fucking hilarious. Then you have the Sora AI ones, which have done stupid shit to say kindly. There was one where Luffy was fighting someone and his Gatling wasn't even working properly, and as much as I dislike how One Punch Man Season 3 looks, I would never take this gonk bullshit over whatever we're getting. I would have loved a peak adaptation of One Punch Man, but I will take any shitty garbage trashy ass anime over gonk 100 times over 100, because no matter how cool it looks, quote unquote, or no matter how good it looks, quote unquote, it's never gonna have that life, that soul, it's never gonna have the director's touch. I mean, there's some great videos from this dude on YouTube named Pei Talks Anime, and he talks about Fearing a lot of the time, and the way it's directed, and has certain angles that convey certain emotions and this and that. Just watch his videos, they're fucking fantastic by the way. But if AI was in charge of something like Fearing, that type of direction would not even show up. It would just be a damn near one-for-one adaptation with the source material, and it would be fucking garbage. Google even has its own AI now, and that shit is getting harder and harder to tell what is fake and what isn't. They have these alleged Avengers Doomsday leaks, which look fake, but also I wouldn't be surprised if they were real. It's getting out of control, and it's only going to get worse. It doesn't help that some people in power are using AI for absolute dumb shit, and if you know exactly who I'm talking about, then you know exactly who I'm talking about, and it's fuck them. Thankfully though, there is some people actually fighting against this, multiple movie directors coming out against it, multiple actors and actresses speaking out against it, even the main man of Ghibli himself standing up against it, saying one of the most insane quotes I've ever seen. I am utterly disgusted. I strongly feel that this is an insult to life itself. Like, damn bro, keep cooking! We have Shueisha, who is a big publisher of manga. A lot of you know them for Weekly Shonen Jump, and they have taken a big stance telling AI companies don't use our shit in AI. Then you have the opposite in America, and companies that were built on hand-drawn stuff like Disney openly being like, hey, I think we should lean into an AI model. And when someone who has a show on your streaming service comes out and says, fuck Disney, just pirate our own stuff if you want to watch it, you know you are doing something wrong. But let's be real, Disney has been in the mud for a minute, and I think we can all agree on that. Even when they do make good stuff, it gets all lost in the shuffle of all the other, like, just bad stuff they be putting out. Then you have the environmental part of it, and to do all these shitty ass memes, it's using millions upon millions of water per day. That's insane. Everybody talks so much about wanting to protect the planet, but I feel like nobody ever truly talks about how insane this is. They're using fresh water to cool off everything. We even got jobs threatened here. Big artist jobs are threatened by AI. There's also been thousands of people who have already been let off of their jobs due to AI. In a market that is already hard to find a job, we now have to compete with AI to get a job. And you know, every single time companies are going to pick AI because guess what? You don't have to pay them. It's just gonna make everything worse, the workforce, and even make the class gap grow even bigger than it already is. I just wish this was taken really serious, and I feel like it's gonna be way too late before anybody seriously does anything about it, especially governmental wise. In America, it's already getting bad. I mean, Amazon is already doing it towards anime they have rights over. Then we have Crunchyroll, who has allegedly been caught using AI to translate some shows. And as we know, Google Translate isn't one for one with direct translations. All I ask for is if you are someone who uses AI, specifically, you know, to make art or to write articles, just take the time out of your day and actually learn to do it. It's gonna be a hard task. Some people are gonna get it faster than others, while it takes a while for others to get. That just comes with learning. Everything is a process. A lot of people want to be good at something right off the first attempt, and that's just not the way things are ever going to be. People are so impatient with wanting to learn something new that they'd rather just straight up make it AI and call it a day. But just imagine how much more accomplished you'd feel if you started from square one and actually made something you were proud of. You will never get better at anything if you take shortcuts. It's just like working out. If you start out swinging with any workout, you're not going to work that muscle efficiently. You're just taking that shortcut. And that's why I'm asking, if you are using AI and you want to seriously draw, please just set your mind to it. I promise you, it will take time to get better at it, but you will eventually be better at it and eventually get to a point where you are so satisfied with your work, you're like, fuck, I finally put in the time, and look how insane it is. Thankfully, a lot of people have came out against Amazon doing this AI dub shit, and they have removed the dub, which is a step in the right direction because this is the only right move, and I just hope this is where they stop. So nobody has to lose their jobs or anything because some dumbass billion-dollar company thinks otherwise. But still not fully out of the clear because they still have left up the other dubs, so, you know, get the fucking removing that, Amazon, bro. Like, get the removing that too. AI can be a useful tool. I think there's plenty of things that it can be used for to help with, but to steal jobs, take things away from others, and deadass steal others' work to make their own thing better is not a good way of using it. There can be a positive way to use it, but using it in all these ways is just horrible. And while I was editing this video, this came out, so that's awesome as fuck. So cool. So yes, please worry about AI because this shit is serious, and I hope eventually people will actually start taking this more serious at a higher level so people can actually restrict this shit so it's not doing crazy stuff. But hopefully everybody did enjoy this video. Fuck AI. Hopefully everybody enjoy it, and goodbye.